Janet Jackson is more than a musical icon. She is a symbol of strength, resilience, and self-discovery. From her early life in Gary, Indiana, she navigated a childhood of strict discipline, loss, and invisibility, learning early that love and attention had to be earned. Despite growing up in a house full of music and fame, Janet often felt unseen, overshadowed by her older siblings, particularly Michael. Her journey reflects not only her rise to international stardom, but also the personal battles that shaped her. Through decades of triumph, heartbreak, and public scrutiny, she has transformed pain into artistic expression, carving out her identity and voice with unwavering determination. Janet's story is a testament to survival, showing that even amid silence and challenges, a person can reclaim agency, redefine their legacy, and become a force that inspires generations. Early childhood in Gary, Indiana. Janet Rose Jackson was born on May 16, 1966, as the youngest of 10 children in the Jackson family. Her early life was defined by cramped spaces, strict rules, and the weight of unspoken grief after the loss of her twin brother Brandon. The Jackson household combined rigorous ambition with minimal affection, where mistakes were punished and love was measured by performance. Despite the constant noise of rehearsals and music, Janet felt invisible, a quiet observer behind the success of her older siblings. Her mother, Catherine, provided care and guidance while managing the demands of the family, and her father, Joe Jackson, instilled discipline that often felt harsh and unyielding. Growing up in such conditions, Janet learned resilience and determination, but also internalized a sense of being unseen. These early experiences cultivated the emotional depth that would later define her artistry, shaping a perspective where strength and self-expression became vital for survival. Growing up behind the spotlight, Janet's early exposure to fame began with her brother's rise as the Jackson Five, where rehearsals and performances dominated life. From age 3, she witnessed the world of show business unfold, yet without the space to simply be a child. By 7, she was performing in Las Vegas, learning precision and poise, while the innocence of youth slipped away. Her dreams of a normal childhood, being a jockey or a lawyer, were gradually replaced by the expectations imposed on her by her family and the industry. In this environment, Janet learned to navigate a life assigned rather than chosen, observing greatness around her while remaining largely invisible. This tension between family and ambition, visibility and erasure, became a defining feature of her identity. Even as the cameras captured her performances, the world could not see the quiet struggle behind them. Janet's early exposure to performance cultivated both her talent and an understanding that her voice must eventually claim space to exist authentically. Early career struggles and first albums. Janet's entrance into professional entertainment began with acting roles like Penny Gordon on Good Times, where her real-life experience of strict discipline mirrored the screen. By age 16, she signed her first record deal, releasing her debut album in 1982. Though successful on paper, it lacked personal truth. Her voice carried melody, but not her story. Her identity was carefully constructed by her father and the music industry, a reflection rather than her authentic self. The comparison to Michael Jackson, whose Thriller album reshaped music, further overshadowed her. The world often saw her as Michael's little sister, an extension of his fame rather than a talent in her own right. Despite these challenges, Janet persisted, learning that survival required endurance and patience. Her early career was a balancing act. She gained recognition while quietly searching for agency, setting the stage for the breakthrough that would allow her to reclaim her voice. Breakthrough with control. The turning point in Janet's career came in 1986 with the album Control, produced with Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. For the first time, she stepped out from under the weight of expectations, asserting her identity and creative independence. The album was more than music. It was a declaration of selfhood, a refusal to remain the girl defined by others. Each track conveyed confidence and authority. transforming her childhood frustrations and silenced voice into a force the world could not ignore. Control sold millions of copies and redefined her image, but its significance went beyond commercial success. It was a personal victory, a reclaiming of agency that allowed Janet to exist on her own terms. The album's success reflected both artistic talent and the human experience of breaking free from control, showcasing a woman who had endured years of invisibility and emerged empowered and seen. Rhythm Nation and cultural impact. With the release of Rhythm Nation, 1814. In 1989, Janet Jackson expanded her influence beyond music into cultural commentary. Addressing social inequality, injustice, and empowerment, the album and accompanying videos reshaped pop culture. Rigorous choreography, long tours, and media scrutiny came at a personal cost, leaving her exhausted despite public acclaim. Janet's work resonated deeply because it reflected both her artistic mastery and her lived experiences of discipline, resilience, and invisibility. She emerged as a symbol of power and advocacy, proving that personal struggle could fuel global influence. The project cemented her status as an innovator who combined music, movement, and message, showing that an artist could transcend entertainment to engage with social consciousness. Through Rhythm Nation, Janet transformed personal pain into collective expression, solidifying her legacy as both a cultural and artistic force. Personal struggles and relationships. Janet's personal life mirrored the intensity of her career, marked by heartbreak, secrecy, and challenges in love. At 18, she married James DeBarge, seeking refuge from her strict upbringing, only to encounter instability and disappointment. Later, her secret marriage to Rene Elizondo Jr. offered intimacy and creative partnership, shaping albums like Janet and The Velvet Rope. Yet even these relationships faced fractures, culminating in divorce and legal battles that exposed private struggles to public scrutiny. Through it all, Janet navigated heartbreak and betrayal without losing her core resilience. These experiences informed her music and artistry, allowing her to convey vulnerability and strength simultaneously. Janet's personal journey underscores a critical truth. Survival often requires quiet endurance, self-recognition, and the ability to transform pain into expression, demonstrating her humanity beyond the fame and spotlight. The Super Bowl incident and public backlash. In 2004, Janet faced one of the most publicized challenges of her career during the Super Bowl halftime performance. A split-second incident led to widespread backlash, media scrutiny, and professional setbacks. Her music and visibility were suddenly restricted, creating a period of enforced silence. Janet described this as disappearing while still being present, an experience that echoed her childhood feelings of invisibility. Yet she did not allow this setback to define her. Years later, she returned with Unbreakable in 2015, asserting her presence and reaffirming her autonomy. This chapter illustrates Janet's resilience and ability to reclaim narrative control, demonstrating that personal and professional crises can be transformed into opportunities for growth, artistic expression, and renewed empowerment. Rediscovery and reclaiming identity. Janet's journey has always been intertwined with reclaiming her voice and identity. From leaving her father's strict oversight to asserting independence in music and life, she consistently challenged systems that sought to define her. Albums like The Velvet Rope reflected deeply personal struggles, including depression, isolation, and the search for visibility. Each project became a medium for exploring her humanity, with music serving as both catharsis and communication. Janet's story reveals the importance of self-definition in the face of external pressures, illustrating that personal evolution often requires confronting past wounds, embracing vulnerability, and asserting boundaries. Through art and action, she modeled a life of authenticity, showing that visibility, agency, and self-respect can be reclaimed even after decades of control and limitation. Legacy of resilience and influence. Across decades, Janet Jackson has redefined what it means to survive and thrive under intense scrutiny. She turned childhood trauma, professional challenges, and personal heartbreak into music, advocacy, and artistic innovation. Beyond chart-topping hits and cultural milestones, she embodies the power of reclaiming agency and speaking one's truth. Her legacy is not only in awards, albums, or performances, but in the example she provides that even when life imposes silence, control, or erasure, one can cultivate strength, voice, and visibility. Janet's story is a testament to endurance, authenticity, and transformation, proving that resilience is both a personal journey and a public inspiration. She continues to inspire generations, offering a living example of how determination, artistry, and integrity can turn struggle into enduring empowerment.